Okay.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here on WTF. Wow. And the title of this
Yes,
show
sir.
is Ricky's Mental Breakdown and 40K Ben's Lady Boy. Hang on a second. I need to mute this. Ben's Ladyboy Dating here in the Philippines, episode 4. And I see that there are already around 20 people in the live chat. Welcome to the WTF show. Very interesting last 24 hours. First of all, we did another good show yesterday. And today, I believe we are going to deliver another great show. First of all, the biggest topic right now was the live
Mm-hmm.
stream over on Mr. Whoops channel. He
Whoop
calls
whoop
it little
whoop
little
whoop.
shot travel or something like that. But it was a very interesting thing because somebody sent me. I think it's including the guys here on the panel today. Eric from
Mm-hmm.
Baguio Drama Club. You guys sent me the link to that live stream, and I was very interested, of course, very curious. And you guys mentioned, okay, he is bashing us, he is saying things about us. And then I
Mm-hmm.
listened to it, the first 30 minutes. Very interesting content there. Let's dissect that a little bit. First of all, he was talking about uh, the military. He
Yes.
seemed to be very riled up about it. And as you
Yes.
guys know, I have no fucking clue about all these military terms, but obviously he was talking about his military record, and he took
Yes.
offense
Uh-huh.
because I believe it was on this channel or on Big Kev's channel. I'm not 100% sure, but we had
It was
somebody
this
coming
channel.
on the panel. Was this channel okay? Um, Somebody came on and talked about Mr. Whoop's military service, and he was
By the
very, very
way,
mad about that.
that person just showed up out of the blue, and I asked you if you remember. I said, "Oh, I wonder who this guy is." So whatever he was and whatever he found out, but I will say this, and I'm going to put it out blank. Period. And I know you're watching. Whoop whoop. Okay. Here's the
If
deal. Any
if not
man,
him, his fanboys.
yeah, his little butt boys, uh, anybody with any integrity, okay, that has served in the United States Armed Forces is not going to sit there and have to boast about their DD 214, their military service in detail, like you seem to need to live on social media. There's nothing to prove. You served, you say you served, whatever the deal may be. I could give a fuck less. Okay? Anybody with any kind of integrity buries that. You don't just flash that around like a credit card.
Can I ask a
Okay?
question? Can I ask a
Yeah.
question? Is he
Yeah.
not another one of these glowing war heroes that are in the Philippines that have been SF,
Well,
Army Ranger, Navy
well,
SEAL, worked for the CIA, DIA, all those A agencies?
okay. So here's the deal. Um, I have sat next to so many of those kind of people, special ops, FBI, ex Ranger, ex Navy SEAL. There's just so many different things to get their 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 dick more bigger than it probably is. But here's the thing: there is nobody in their right mind, and I'm concentrate on the word right mind, of sane mind, that's going to sit there and counter with some fucking idiot whoop whoop with the DD 214. I have nothing to prove to no one, and I didn't challenge you, Mr. Retard, for anything. I think your beef is with that fucking idiot that was on the show. And if he's listening, I'm sorry, it's the way it is. Okay. And
Well,
that's it.
here's the thing.
I
It takes
you just don't uh you just don't do that shit. You just don't. You know, I just don't do that shit. I don't lay my shit down for anybody. Now it seems like he's got little man syndrome. He's got something that he feels that he needs to prove. And it's obvious by the way he's acting. He's been doing it for the longest time. What, he's going to come out and attack on his show all the people that are prior service, all the people that are prior RRR, all the guys, including Popeye, everybody, for what? Just by guilty by association? What the fuck is that? And I'll leave that to you. Hello?
Well, I find it rather interesting, and there are two things that I would like to mention
Well,
here.
can I mention something first?
Yeah, please go ahead, Eric.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put this disclaimer out. I don't have bronze stars. I don't have silver stars. I got a couple ARCOMs at Army Achievements and Meritorious Service Medal, Good Conduct, and an NCO Development Ribbon. The only thing I got glowing is a CIB. That's it.
Yeah.
Period. Oh,
But
yeah.
Eric, let me ask you a
and-
question, Eric. How do you feel about him saying that you were dishonorably discharged? Because he kept repeating that over and over again before I talk
He's
about
just, I'll say something.
Okay,
real quick.
okay. For one thing, I have yet to hear in my past, I have yet to hear about anybody in my 22 years of service that has gotten a dishonorable discharge.
Yep. And no, you don't see guys doing that shit that have sane mind. You may cross a guy that says, "Hey,
undesirable."
Well, no, but you may come across a guy that is served, or if someone mentions, "Are you in the service also?" I will respond, and I will only respond if I'm asked. Now, if someone, I remember a while back when I was on Popeye's show, I flat out told him. I think he also asked because he had heard, and that was it. Okay, but I don't sit there on every single damn show, and I also don't go walking around. Hey, by the way, sir, I just wanted to let you know I'm this. What did you? Oh, you didn't serve? You're a piece of shit. Basically, any man of integrity that is served in any armed forces is going to conduct himself as such. There's no fucking way a man of sane mind is going to sit there and say the shit he does. He's trying to get a response. And whoop, whoop, if you feel that you need to lay down your DD-214 with all the shit blacked out to make your belly any smaller than it already is, or to get the lady boy dick breath out of your mouth, whatever you feel you need to do, okay, that's up to you, bud.
You mentioned lady boys. You're in Aloe's lane now.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't make the show about saying that you and Ben, okay, Mr. 40K, I'll rename him psychotic or dead, the Walking Dead. He's the Walking Dead. Anybody that sits in a room with a ladyboy on his side, okay, and is half taken out and puts it on live deserves the punishment. Deserves it. I'm not against ladyboys, but I am against the fucking retard.
Read the StreamYard chat.
Okay.
But there's an interesting comment right here from Mr. Tux. He says Ricky likes to push people's buttons to see which one works, and that's exactly what it is. Let me say a few things about this. The whole military issue, saying that you guys got dishonorably discharged, is actually offensive and a form of defamation. That's one thing. And two, I believe, and by the way, that this also includes Popeye here, who just jumped on the panel around the 42nd minute. He also attacked Popeye. I'm not 100% sure why and why he holds a grudge against the RRR crew.
Guilty by association.
Yeah, guilty by associations, or he seems to be rather jealous of the RRR live streams and the success, of course, because there is actually no other reason to talk about the show that has been like 3 years ago, and he was the only guy who actually brought it up. Now, let me address a few things here, if you may allow. First of all, I find it rather amusing that a guy who claims that he is this big shot, 5 star and 5 star only, that this guy even talks about us. Because isn't it, ladies and gentlemen, that he declared this policy where he came out on his channel and said, do not give them any oxygen because they are absolutely irrelevant, these faceless cowards. So, how do you explain that he is talking about us on every live stream? Isn't it that that is a little bit a contradiction in itself? Because if we were so
Yeah,
irrelevant,
before you get too far from the subject,
Yeah.
I really need. I didn't see his live stream, but what did he say about me?
I sent you a link, Popeye,
Just,
on one of
I don't give a fuck about a link. What come out of it?
Okay. He
dishonorably
said that
discharged, you didn't make it in the Navy, or a piece
you
of
were a
shit.
washout.
Okay.
very well.
Hold on, I gotta ask Popeye a question because he
No,
was in the
stop.
military.
I got something to
Hang
say.
on a second here.
Okay.
And let him don't over. Yeah, let's let him.
I
talk.
got something to say, man. Okay? This is the way I see it. I am not going to insult his military service,
Yeah.
because he said he was military. So I take him at face value. I'm not going to roll the dice. I'm not going to investigate him. I'm not going to make it crystal clear. Okay? It's as simple as this. And this is a warning for all civilians. Okay? I'll make fun of Eric anytime I want. I'll make fun of Whiskey Tango anytime I want. I served, they served. But if you're a civilian and you come after me, you come after us all. Right?
That's right.
Now, I will say I am very disappointed that what he pointed, I'm getting secondhand knowledge what he said because I don't even watch his show. But here is the funny part. I did see one show where he said, Popeye, you ruin people's lives. Right? And he said that to Quentin Ballou. He said that to Aloe DeWinter. And I said, I ruin people's lives. People ruin their own lives when they come on YouTube and they do what they do. It's called personal responsibility. Is that not part of the MAGA idea and mantra? Okay? And he's not taking personal responsibility. I hear he's mentally unstable. I don't know how true that is. Okay? If he has a brain break, if he was injured while he was in, or it's hereditary, I do not make fun of mentally ill people and refuse to do it. Right? When I was doing my own live streams, when I was doing Popeye Shorts back in the day, he would come on my channel and say, great job. So what happened from I was doing a great job to now I never made it in the Navy, I was thrown out? Are you trying to get attention? Is it your mental illness that's been purported? These are questions I would like to know. And for me, he's not even worth doing a Popeye One short on.
I agree.
I will give him no oxygen.
Yeah.
I mean, I need people that make my audience laugh. Like if I do one on Eric, everybody's gonna fucking roll. If I do one on Bama, everyone's gonna fucking roll. If I do one on MJ or who else? My boy,
You
experience.
You done one on me.
Roll.
It was funny.
Okay? And dude, who can resist one on the hobgoblin? Nobody. Okay? So Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time,
Mm-hmm.
show up for my Popeye 1 short movie. Okay?
Love it.
The reminder is up there set. And, you know, not here to get into a military discussion or talk about my military service.
I would never ask
I
you.
retired. I will tell
Exactly.
you this. I retired 22 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Retired. Okay? Put my
Mhm.
papers in. I retired. I no longer obtain a rank because I have passed the 10-year mark for the Fleet Reserve. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand the Army that much when you guys, I know what MOS means, but
Military occupational
National
specialty. And,
specialty.
yeah, I know
yeah.
what MOS means. It same as
Mhm.
Navy, NEC, Naval Education Code. We're just
Yeah.
a little bit more uppity about it. Okay? But none of you have any right to my military record.
Exactly.
You have no right to know anything about what I did in the military. And on top of it, I don't come up here and I have never claimed, and I would like confirmation from Aloe that I've never claimed anything about the military, what medals, what degrees, what, you know, what I did. I only told my sea stories about Philippines. Am I not correct in that, Aloe?
Dude, wasn't it the monkey that took a shit on your Jeep?
Aloe?
Hang on a second here.
Yeah,
Let's
that's not
this
diverted.
one by
That's
one, Eric.
yeah,
First of all,
he's silly.
Popeye is right about that. Popeye is right
Yeah.
about not bragging about any you know, medals or stuff like that. He shared
Exactly.
stories about his day in Subic and in the Navy in general. But let me just give you some context here, Popeye and the listeners.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Whoop has been talking about the RRR crew for years now. And at the beginning of it, when he was still in Germany, we just all ignored it because we knew what he was up to. And we never took any offense in it. You know, he was talking shit about me, about Popeye, about Dave,
Mm-hmm.
about the
Mm-hmm.
RRR crew in general. And we let it slip because it wasn't a big deal. And he definitely did not get under our skin. But what happened is, a couple of weeks ago, he was in the same area where I live. And
Mm-hmm.
I dropped by in his chat, and all I did is I said hi. I had no ill intentions. I had no intention to take over the chat or overwhelm the chat, and nothing like that. I just saw he was in the area, and I said hi. And what happened is he went on the fucking anti RRR rant, claiming it's not the real Owl of the Winter, showing my channel. And then I uploaded the video where he could hear my voice, and he totally ignored that. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to grab my shoes, my wallet, my cell phone, and I'm going down there to say hi to you with absolutely no ill intentions, nothing at all. And what happened is he ignored it, he blocked me while I was uploading a fucking video where I said whoop whoop on that same bridge where he just passed by. And I said, wait, wait, wait for me. I'm just behind you because I was looking at his fucking live stream. And then people told me, Alo, we cannot see your messages in Ricky D's live stream. And I said to a couple of guys who were still on there, a couple of guys who even have wrenches on there, tell Ricky to go back to my channel and check the last upload. I am at that very same bridge and you hear my voice. He totally ignored it and he said, Alo, if you want something, reach out to me over email. And from then on, it went all down south. He thought that was some hostile act from me, and I thought, you know what? Now it's on. Now it's on because now we are going to show you how trolling is a big thing in the Philippines and how we do it over here in the Philippines because it's not the Thailand vlogging community. We will give you a dose of your own medicine. That's all. And he took it very personal. He then started to attack every single one of you guys and RRR people because he said everybody who is related to Alo de Winter, he called it the Alo de Winter crime family, will get a lifetime ban on his channel. And he was ranting. And I always wondered, where does all that anger come from? This hate. Because if we were such irrelevant idiots on RRR, then why talk about us 2 or 3 years after RRR has ended? Popeye, me, WTF, Eric, every single one on this panel, didn't do anything on YouTube for like 2 or 3 years. We all retired from this. We didn't do any vlogs. We didn't talk about that clown because we just didn't care at all up until that moment. And yet he talks about us on every fucking show. And isn't it, ladies and gentlemen, that this guy said, I'm going to present you 5-star lifestyle only, and I'm not going to talk about these guys. He came out with that policy, no oxygen for these faceless clowns. Yet he goes on and on and on and on about every single one of us. He talks about guys, and Popeye is one of them, who never ever talked about that dude. And Eric here, couple of weeks ago, Eric was a fucking war hero in his book, hunting down Alo de Winter in Manila. And now, on his last live stream, he calls Eric a guy who is a fucking Mongo, who is a fucking loser, who has been dishonorably discharged. And that includes, by the way, Popeye. So you go back to that 42nd minute, because I actually just skipped through, and I heard all the names again. Dave Phelps, Popeye, WTF, Eric, out of the Winter Crime family. All the names. So he is obviously looking for trouble, as if he is not yet facing enough trouble with the Michael Fazio legal case. And now he wants even more trouble. So this shows you what this guy is all about. Now let me tell you something else. And this comes from someone who is also listening right now in the chat. He told me a couple of weeks ago, and he said it again yesterday. He told me, did you notice that Mr. Whoop, always around the 15th, 16th, 17th of the month, seems to run out of money? And why is that so? Because around that time, he has no quote-unquote girlfriend anymore, and he stays in rather cheap places. And this is a guy who talks about 5-star lifestyle. It's always around the 15th, 16th of the month. And I never noticed that. But then I started to pay attention, and I started to realize, wait a second. Yesterday, on the live stream, he said, it's all about 5-star lifestyle. But then he also mentioned, I don't have a girlfriend right now. This is why I have enough time to listen to WTF's live stream. Let me ask you, how do you get from 5-star fucking lifestyle to listening to WTF and Alo and all these other guys who are completely irrelevant? How do you get from this to that? How do you explain that? Because there is a contradiction there he can't explain. The guy is looking for trouble. The guy is trying to record all this shit here, by the way, because I know he is trying to put a fucking cyber libel case on every single one of us. And I just wonder, isn't it that you started this? Isn't it that you made threats? Because we have all these fucking videos as well, where you even jump on our fucking channel, where you make threats. We are coming for you, going to beat your ass. That's what you said. And you insulted every single one of us over and over again. I think you should just go away. Stick to what you said. Don't give us any oxygen. Because we have been doing this for fucking years now. If you look for trouble, you can have it. Okay? Because you are the guy who is facing jail in the Philippines, not us. And if you want to fabricate something like Alo said this, WTF said that, listen to yourself, my friend. There's nothing five-star lifestyle about you. Look at the people that you hang out with. It's zero-star lifestyle because a guy like Ben Newton, a guy like Bama, what is five-star about these guys? Stop giving us oxygen because we are getting high on it. You are a clown. Go away. Go back to Thailand. Go back to Vegas. Just go away because you will not make us back down. That's the issue here. Stop talking about us, and then we might decide in a couple of months we will stop talking about you. That's it.
So, what puzzles me is even before I came back, he was insulting me. He was insulting you. He was
Right.
insulting everybody. So, I said to myself, should I come back? Should I get into this shit? And I said, I'd really like to do some Popeye shorts. I just want to have some fun. I mean, you guys can have the drama. I really don't. I really don't want it. I'll make you laugh. That's what I like to do the best, right? And it's as simple as that. I mean, I got no threats for anybody. I don't give a flying fuck what's being written in the chat.
I don't either.
You're all gonna learn that I am so over the trolls, the drama. I mean, I was gonna kick back and just listen to this motherfucker tonight. But of course, my name's gotta come up. Right? My name's gotta come up. And the usual trolls are in the chat, saying what they say, doing what they do. And I'll say it like I said many times before.
Hmm.
None of them have the balls to come up here and have their voice heard.
That's right.
Right?
I think it has a lot to do with holding a grudge against all of us or some of us because of the
Yes.
old RRR days. Because the
That's correct.
RRR guys, the RRR guys do not talk about RRR anymore. I mean,
No.
it has been a fantastic fucking show, and every single one on there moved on with their fucking life. And I think that when RRR, and honestly, I mean this, when RRR went away, um, the fucking community died down. There was nothing else out there. And you just got to admit that. There was nothing else out there. And it's only now, since around 4, 5, 6 weeks, that there is some sort of a revival of the subgenre of drama in this community. And I know you fucking love it because else you wouldn't be coming here 50
Alo,
people
Now,
strong.
here's the question you got to
hold
ask
on.
yourself. You got to ask yourself this. He just come out and started doing this shit in the past few months. So someone is behind him.
You nailed it.
Someone's giving him information. So
Oh yeah,
if you,
actually, yeah, you have
if you
Heminger in the. You have Heminger right here, who's
Yeah.
shitting on all of us, or at least tries to, because he holds a grudge against all of us. Because there are so many people out there who still feel all these RRR guys, they
Hmm.
never got what they deserved. Somebody has to teach them a lesson.
Oh, can I
Because
say
look,
something
this
about
is
Heminger?
painful. This is painful for
Yeah.
these
That's
guys.
hold on.
They get
That's.
they get effed in the ass. Okay.
Hmm.
And we
Yeah.
just walked away and declared victory. And people don't forget shit like that. So it took them 2, 3, 4, 5 years to wait for their Messiah, wait for a warrior who will come after us. And they believe that might be Mr. Whoop. Kudanin is one of them. Heminger with his fucking Discord group. We have a mole in there, by the way, who's sending us screenshots. Heminger, you want to check that, by the way? and
Okay,
others
Alu,
who fucking
Alu,
hate
put
us.
that
And
out.
that's the reason why. Because there's no reason for Mr. Whoop to even talk about RRR. Because again, he said it's completely irrelevant. The first rule of relevancy is do not talk about it, because then you make irrelevant become relevant. You see that, right? I mean, even you guys who are supporters of Mr. Whoop must have enough intelligence to understand that simple concept. Irrelevancy equals we don't talk about it, we ignore it, we are not even aware of it. Relevancy equals to statements such as the Isle of Winter Crime family, we will do a lifetime ban on all the members who are going
Right.
over there associated with Aloe. We will be banning them, the Aloe the Winter Crime family, and everybody who associates with them, with the RRR crew, are pieces of shit. And then you go on and on and on and on. There's nothing five-star lifestyle about that. And that's what this is all about. Try to understand.
I could, I could say this. It's as simple as this. This is the way I feel about Ricky Drama, or whatever
Mhm.
you want to call it. I believe he's mentally ill, and I'm not going to fuck with a mentally ill veteran. It's unbecoming, but I am neither going to condone or deny whatever you three do, okay? Because
Mhm.
it's not my affair. It's not my affair. And I will hold myself to standards. I am not going to hold other people to my standards. Simple as that, right? And so the final word I got for Ricky as buddy, hey, you used to come on my show, used to tell me what a great guy I was. I don't know what the fuck happened. Oh, I guess you're gonna ruin our friendship. But Ricky, I don't pick on mentally ill veterans. Okay. Simple as that. I'm not gonna do it. Okay. And that's my standard for myself. And I'll pick on hobgoblins, I'll pick on breathers. Who else? I used to every week I used to cornhole the shit out of Santai 7. I mean, we talked on Facebook Live, and he's like, "Yeah, thank you for all the subs you gave me. I I brought the attention to his channel, even though I did some really nasty fucking, what do you call them, that Popeye shorts. I guess I ruined his life.
Speaking of
But
Sentai 7, is that the real Sentai 7 in the live chat? Can someone check?
Oh,
There are a couple of fake Sentai 7s out there. But if it's the real Sentai 7, Ren, I love you. You're the cutest guy on YouTube. I'm your biggest fan.
yeah, well, I'm not going to say what I think about him, so that's another story.
About
Yeah.
Sentai or Mr. Whoop?
Let me say a little input on what Popeye was saying real quick,
Sure.
because I was giving him the floor with
Yep.
respect. Okay, Popeye nailed it 100%. Normally, it's not becoming, like they would say, becoming of an officer. It's just a rule of thumb we have with PTSD and other guys doing shit. You just, out of respect, don't do that. But we also have to understand that he drew first blood. And I understand where Popeye is coming from, but he's trying to, he out of nowhere, just because of association, remember,
well,
we
see, that
never,
speaks to the mental illness. Right?
exactly. Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
just speaks to the mental illness. And like I said, that's my standard for me. You guys do what you want to do, man.
Yeah.
And
I understand.
I'll see you Friday night for the Popeye One short. You can all have a laugh
Oh, yeah.
and carry on smartly with your live stream. And for all the haters in the chat, pick the corn out of my shit, fucking eat it.
Hey, Popeye, see you soon. Thank you for coming.
All right.
You got it, bud.
See you around.
Yep.
Yeah, bye-bye. Well, we have a big dilemma of compassion for whoop whoop. Absolutely fucking not. That will not happen. Now, he may have targeted, but this fucking fight is against this retard that's watching. You think you've got something, or you know these people, you're trying to intimidate. You didn't realize, you freaking retard, that you're doing the exact stuff that you're claiming you have on us. And you don't think, like Aloe said, that we're not recording this? You are in, well, it exactly explains where you're at. You're living a 5-star lifestyle when you're living in a whore room above a bar. You call that 5-star lifestyle? Another thing that came out in your show that was very interesting is you're sitting there moping in your tears about your previous channel. Your previous channel, and how sad you were, and there's nothing you could do about it. And you're sitting there begging with buy me a coffee. I think that's what it's called. I don't know about that crap, because this channel, I am not claiming any AdSense. I'm not going to monetize it. This channel is about having fun. And if the people that are victims act stupid and claim that badge, then they'll be mentioned on this fucking show. You can try to dox me. You can try to cancel this channel. I will come back up. This isn't, I don't get intimidated very easy. Now, this fight right now, as we speak, is on. Mr. Whoop Whoop, you can dish out any DD214 that you wish. You can humiliate yourself live. Go ahead and keep doing these streams with your eyes bugged out like a fucking frog and your nose sitting up like a lechon, like a pig. All you're doing is giving us content. You're giving us fucking content. If you would fucking disappear, we wouldn't have anything. What man of any sane mind who has criminal charges pending would sit there and do the shit that he's doing live in the Philippines, in a third world country? Why would you do that kind of stuff? Obviously, you don't give a fuck. You think you're invincible? You got a Superman cape on? You're in a third world country. If that would have happened to me, I would be laying low, just relaxing, trying to resolve the issue. First of all, I wouldn't have bitch slapped someone from behind. I would have confronted the person in his face. Regardless of the outcome, I would have stood tall. You win some, you lose some. But you live to fight another day. Period. So you wanted this battle? You've got it. You fucking attack military guys of service, which we're anticipating you actually did serve, but the way you're acting doesn't sound like to me that you have any prior service. Now, granted, you may throw a DD214 on social media. That shit can be doctored up so easy. They got that stuff in Asia right now, Southeast Asia. There's guys popping up with DD214s. Stolen valor. You can do what you want live, but I have nothing to prove, and I will not disclose my life on social media. That's unbecoming of a troll, and I won't do it. I don't care what anybody says. You can come in this live stream, say whatever you want. It doesn't faze me. I laugh my ass off. It gives me motivation. But if you're going to personally threat our channel, our guys, I got them on my back, and I'll defend them until this channel is torn down. I don't give a fuck. This isn't a alliance or my buddy. Popeye could fuck me right now if he wants with a video. I don't care. I would laugh my ass off. You know why? You know what I mean, Aloe? I mean, all of us. I mean, I was in some of his videos a long time ago when we were going against Frank. And Frank was just fucking pulling every single hair he had out. And I was laughing my ass off. I loved it. And another thing, Aloe, we are living rent-free in that retarded head he has. We're living rent-free. Now, if he was
you mentioned
in
retarded, you mentioned retarded head. There are retarded heads, plural, out there. Which one did you mean?
Well, both of them.
Okay.
Because those photos that we got, quote unquote, from an anonymous source, show him kissing up on what it looks like to be a ladyboy. And you know everybody how ladyboys can be confused in Southeast Asia, especially when they come from, especially when they go to Thailand to get the service done. Okay, so
they often look better than the real chicks. At least that's what I think. But that's just my opinion.
Mr. Whoop Whoop, you can get your biggest attorney. But I will say this, and I'm going to stand up for all the guys who have this. If you have a 13A in this country and you're married to a local here, do you realize what you're doing? Whoop whoop is against Philippine law. When you're calling out the wives, you're trying to humiliate Eric's wife, trying to humiliate mine, you're trying to humiliate women in general. You do it every day in the Philippines. You're sitting there trying to buy them off, humiliate them. You're looking at them like they're trash. Now, granted, okay, hold on a minute. Hey, Bagyal, when you come on, let me finish. Okay. All right, bud. Okay. You realize what you're doing to these ladies in the Philippines by humiliating them and throwing and flashing money out, treating them like they're a prostitute or a whore, like they're supposed to bow down to you. Now, you brought this in and made it personal. Now, granted, I'm not going to file anything because you'll know who I am. But I can guarantee you one thing, you'll never know who I am. And you want to know why? It's been tried for 6 years and more. Everybody talks their smack. There's fucking people that claim to know my name, this William. I don't even know who they're talking about. Whatever. You guys think I'm this 500-pound guy? I am. Does it really matter how big I am? Does it really matter how thin I am? I'm still going to be a fucking asshole. And you're still a target. And this show will still be here. Take it, Aloe.
Oh, can I have a chance now?
Hang on a second, Eric. I just wanted to put in 2 sentences here.
I'll
I
take it
have
back.
seen the guy who has been posting a link to a YouTube short, claiming that was you, WTF. And I saw
Right.
Heminger earlier saying that there is no denying that is WTF, even you change your voice. And let me tell you this, and I'm not saying this because I'm trying to defend you here, WTF.
Right. That's
but
fine.
anyone out there could see and hear that's absolutely not WTF. If you look at the video, the short that was posted, and you listen, the speech, it's not only even if WTF would use a software that changes his voice, which he isn't, because I talk to him all the time, also on phone, by the way. If he would be using that, there will be still very distinctive parts that you could easily identify a person when you listen to them. And
Exactly.
if you believe that that is WTF, then you must be fucking blind. Please keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that this information comes from the same idiot who has claimed that I am that Indian guy with the
Uh-huh.
camera. And
Who's
that
not?
comes from
Who's
the
not?
same idiot
Who's,
who
who's
claimed
not
that
Indian?
my real name is Aloysius Müller from Zurich, Bahnhofstrasse, whatever. Keep that in mind, okay? And this is the same guy, and I could go on and on, where we tried to bait him and actually did, claiming that Peter Vandever died. And he took that bait, ran to Video Freedom, and these guys did a live stream about it. So take it with a grain of salt when the losers are trying to come up with some info, because that info, ladies and gentlemen, is often just fabricated by us, and we do that just for the fun of it. I
Can
think
I?
that you guys over there on the
Yeah.
other side, to refer to them
Mhm.
as the other side, you guys take this way too fucking seriously. Please go ahead.
I agree. I'm
Well, can I
sorry.
have
It
a can
just,
I have a chance now?
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll put this out. Matter of fact, I
Hmm.
will be in the car at about 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, heading to
Hmm.
Bulacan on business. Whoop whoop. San Jose Cabinets. I'll be there all day. That's all I got to say.
San Jose, what?
No, no. Hey, I forgot to mention that he claimed in.
You guys are cutting out there a little bit. Is it just me? Hello, hello.
Hello, I'm here.
Yeah, okay. Whiskey, you're here? Are you here?
Yeah, yeah, I'm here.
Somebody's
Okay.
internet's flipping, and I know it's not mine because I'm
Yeah,
getting
you know
300
what?
up and down.
You know how that is over here. You know that. When
Not in my
everything's on
house
a.
anymore. We're getting 300 up and down for 2,500 a month.
No, I'm getting 500. But the thing is, I don't care what the speed is. you're in, you're in the Philippines, man. That
No.
stuff. When you get a lot of people on, it drops. I don't care what they say.
That's
But
okay. That's okay.
here's the thing that was said earlier, and he did mention it, that he was going to go to Baguio and go to the VFW, which he knows you are in. Um, what's that town? What's that town?
Member of
Baguio, San. Um,
San
Dang, I
Fernando.
forgot. Yeah, San Fernando. That you said that you were close. Here's the thing. That guy mentioned in his video that he mocked the guy that came on our show and mentioned that he was prior combat tour duty was in Afghanistan, which I find that kind of weird because he would have to be a lot older. That started when the towers came down. I don't think that would be an issue, but he can't even step foot in a VFW. By the way, I'm a lifetime member. Okay, he can't step foot. He can go to the American Legion, but he can't step foot in a VFW. You got to have a DD 214 with overseas campaign. You got to have the right medals. So he can't even think about it. So do all the stuff you want to do. I agree 100% with Pop Pie. I agree with 100% that I am not going to show humility. I'm not going to do anything and bow down to some retarded, retired, whatever he claims he is, which I've heard him by the thousands after being over here the length of time I have. I've heard every story. I've seen guys with fake DD 214s that look so real you couldn't tell. So you know what? I don't care what you show live. That's not going to convince me. It is going to tell me your mental status. It is going to tell me that something's wrong because you don't see vets doing that. You don't see prior service. You may not be a combat vet, but you still are held to that standard. So you need to think about that. And your 5-star lifestyle and what mine. I just got done. Although I forgot to tell you, before I watched this show, I was watching 40K, you know who, and he was sitting there picking his nose live and eating it. and rolling it in a ball.
Ugh.
What guy does that? You know, what guy does that live? I mean, maybe it's because he's an Australian. I'm not trying to insult the culture, but I mean, he's sitting there on the outside of a
Bobby does
hotel.
that all the time. Bobby does that all the time, and is also Australian. He even eats his own shit. He fries it and marinates it.
I
Okay.
mean, he
drinks out,
sat there.
drinks out of
he's-
the toilet bowl and mixes it with gin tonic.
You just ruined my lunch.
Hey, he sat there in his left nostril, dug it up there like he was checking for the COVID virus with the stick, twirled it around and was checking, pulled it, put it in there again, was rolling it in his hand, and he tried to be slick and went across his lips. I watched it enter his mouth, and I sat there and laughed my ass off. This is the stuff that makes his show. I mean, he is begging right now. He's claiming that he's doesn't have a place to stay, all this other crap. He's trying to give this sob story and that. You know, he was kicked out of Thailand, whatever the case may be. Now he thinks the Philippines is going to bail him out, and he's relying. All of his other channels have been shut down. I mean, that's, if you, I don't know about you, Elo, but if you call that 5-star entertainment, 5-star lifestyle, then man, I missed out. I missed out on that. You know, eating boogers and picking your ass and being a retard live. I guess.
It's only 5-star until the 15th of the month. Keep an eye on that. I'm not 100% sure if
You
that's
know
true,
what?
but I see a pattern
Honestly,
there.
when you say
Only until the 15th of the month. Eric, hold on a second. Eric, hold on a second, because you were the target of one of his rants, of Mr.
Right.
Whoop's rants. He said
Whoop, whoop.
he is going to come after you, and
Your
let's
wife.
see what happens. Because Eric, by the way, is well known in the community. His full name, and people know where he lives. People know where he is at.
They don't know. They don't know where I live, because it could be anywhere within a 3-kilometer radius.
Yeah, but you got to realize up there, you don't have too much place to hide.
Well,
being
and
true
actually, hold on. Actually, from the jeepney stop to my house, I'm either related through everybody through my stepson, or I've been neighbors of theirs for a long, long time.
What I'm trying to say is this, Eric. If an American guy, and Mr. Whoop is an American guy, if he would be serious about what he says, he would just drive up to your place and then go around and then ask, because there are pictures of you out there, and he would go to every fucking pizza place and then ask, have you seen Rick? And they would say, okay, I remember him. And then they would find out where you are at. And then he would fucking confront you, because that's what he would do if he was serious about this. But we all know that's not going to happen. Okay,
I'm letting you know. I'm going to be in Bulacan all day tomorrow. San Jose Kitchen Cabinet.
Well, what are you doing in San Jose, by the way?
We priced out one set of cabinets, the aluminum cabinets, and they wanted $30,000 a meter to manufacture and install. So we're switching.
San Jose del Monte, Bulacan.
It might be. I have to ask the better half.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So again, if Mr. Whoop wants to find Eric, it's very easy. You know, I actually wanted to fuck with Eric a bit once when I was in Baguio, and I was very near your fucking place already. And I thought, maybe I just let it go, because I was like, you know, the hill that you live on nearby.
I don't live on the hill.
Shop. Yeah, but
I don't live on
the hill going to your. It was the whole Baguio city is a fucking hill, Eric.
Yeah.
So you must be living on one of those fucking hills.
It's a hill on a hill, you know, like an anthill.
Hill, or it's a valley on a hill.
Well, you know what? Seriously, I can tell you this much about my wife. My wife's Ilocano. She will kick whoop whoop in his nut stack and stomp a mud hole through his ass.
All I'm saying is go back there, listen to it, download it. If you haven't yet, we have the copies. Make sure that you listen to it. He talks about you and others, myself included, throughout the fucking live
Everybody
stream.
talks about you.
Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah.
So,
But I don't know about you, Elo, but I'm not easily going to bow down or back down just because he makes a live show and he threatens by saying, oh,
yeah.
and if you don't believe me, I can make this happen. I have the resources. Oh, okay. All right.
I
All
mean,
right.
speaking of resources, I think that's not going to be the issue here. The issue here is the blatant disregard of the law in this country and the fact that he has
Mm-hmm.
started this. And he
Exactly.
might think he is right. He might think that he is the victim here of something. But keep in mind, the guy came on our live streams, was yelling at us, made threats, made several threats, and we have these podcasts. And I think Alumanotti edited a lot of that stuff that can be used against him in a court of law if he will proceed. And I believe he is obsessed enough to do this. I have no doubt in my mind because, there are two groups of people in this genre. The guys who
Mm-hmm.
threaten to take legal action because they use that as a scare tactic, or the others who really
Mm-hmm.
think that they were wronged, even though they do the same all the time. So we will see which is which. I do believe he belongs to the second category of the guys who say, I have been a victim. It's a little
Mm-hmm.
bit like, symbolically speaking, it's a
Oh,
little bit like hitting Fazio and then claim he attacked me first. I mean, absolutely absurd, claiming
Mm-hmm.
self-defense, and I think that's what he is doing now in the virtual world context, and saying I have been defamed, which I think is absurd, because he has to be aware of the fact that we are recording his stuff too, and we know what happened, like soliciting for sex in a public place, like Alumanotti's video suggests, with
Mm-hmm.
him on the on screen. You see him, what he does. I'm not so sure if somebody at the immigration office would take him seriously when he claims that he has been the victim of some YouTube banter and doing stuff like that, being on a tourist visa. And besides of that, I also heard that he is already planning to leave the country. I just wonder, how long does he want to stay in the Philippines? Because filing something is one thing, but staying until the end, until there is a verdict, will take him maybe 3, 5, 6, 7 years. Who knows?
oh, by the way,
I want
oh,
to
hold
say
on.
something.
I want to say something else too. I just got a message on my messenger. Whoop whoop
Mm-hmm.
shares a Discord with Heminger
Mm-hmm.
and Cebu Bossman and
I
quite a
already know
few
that.
more. Yeah.
Yeah, I already know. We found that out. But I'm gonna go publicly with something because this was delivered to me um, early this morning, and I actually let the person listen, and I gave him the exact video, which in our private, I guess you could say, compound area, there are very high profile people. This particular person pointed out, and you can perceive it in any way you want to. Like Alo said, this is the Philippines. It isn't America. And his exact words were, if you come over here, you will be another speed bump in this subdivision.
Mm-hmm.
And you can interpret that any which way you want.
Well, here he can interpret this.
You come on over here. Let me finish this. I'll let you.
Okay.
I'm tired of being threatened. I don't care. You come on down here. You come on. I look forward to it. You come on down. You tell me where you want to meet. But you need to put it in the back of your head, okay, that you're a criminal. In the Philippine genre, you be in charge. It isn't like America. You're a criminal. And also, you're a tourist. You have no rights. This person is very high ranking. And if you think you're going to get away with that kind of crap over in Davao, you got another thing coming. You come over here with that retarded smirk on your face and that eye thinking you're the king, and come over, and even if you did somehow get where I lived, you come through those guards. You come on that street. Security will come out, lay you flat, and I'll sit there and look at you and go, damn. Man.
And ask him, do you want a hot dog, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the thing. It comes
this
down to
isn't,
this.
it isn't a threat. I'm just saying that it's within the rights of the law here in the Philippines. If you come into that compound and you come after, and those guards see you, the ones that are protecting this person, it's already been said, he's got your photo, he's got your case, he's got everything. He knows who you are. You come over here to Davao, that's ran with an iron fist. You come over there, you're going to leave in a casket. Take it however you want to take it. That's unacceptable.
I can tell. Okay, here's this much. My street I live on, all the locals around here up until the 1950s, their forefathers were cutting heads off of people.
What was that street's name again, Baggy? What did you say? Can I just write it down, the exact address?
No. Okay, I live on a street with Igorot people, so that's everywhere in Baguio.
Which is pretty everywhere in Baguio.
And I wanted to make this clear so people don't think this is a joke. The guy was completely insulted. He watched it for an hour and a half, came back over, and he just shook his head, and he says, this is exactly why I want to put in a specific with the new you-know-who, and I'm not supposed to get into politics. He said that they want to put a stop to these people that have these kind of backgrounds. It's making this country look bad. And they're abusing the locals here. They're taking advantage. He said flat out, they're taking advantage of this country because they think that we're weak and we're too slow technology-wise to catch up to it. For example, Obama. Okay? So since you've made a big deal about this, whoop, whoop, and you've got a case, you drew his attention. I zoomed in. I have a nice set of software. I got your case. I've got everything in that picture. Okay. You don't think I don't have that. I do. I forward it to the appropriate people in our clan. And I'll tell you one thing, this particular person, you definitely do not want to cross. And you can talk to Aloe, he can confirm it. This guy, okay, I can't say this because he said I could. MBI, high ranking. So you want to come over there, you're more than welcome. It'll be out of my hands because you're not welcome over there in the first place. And he's works with the people that take care of the security because he lives here and he has his own guards. So you're more than welcome to come over there. But he did 100% tell me to warn you that if you do, there would be no questions asked. You will be another speed bump in that division. That's what he said. And I said, oh, and he said, yep. And he walked away with his back to me and threw his left hand up. Now, Aloe, you know the culture. When they do that with their hand in front of you, when they seeing it, what does that mean? You know what I'm talking about. You know, where they go, and he goes, he's nothing. I've dealt with worse. You know what I'm talking about, Aloe. Oh, Aloe must have dropped. He'll come back.
No, he did drop.
Yeah.
I mean, it comes down to the fact that people come over here and they do not realize that Can I have a wrench? I gave you a wrench.
I'm not issuing wrenches to anybody.
Oh, okay.
And the reason why is I don't want to be accused of anything.
Oh,
But I
well,
will
if
say
you-
this: I did modify what I said slightly.
Yeah.
If you come in here with 20 sock accounts, which I can tell, okay, I entered the
Okay.
name. I can tell when it was activated. I'd look at it right away. If you come in here and want to try to humiliate anybody's service, you humiliate their family. Okay, hold on a minute. Let's get him back on board. Okay, and you do any of that?
Yeah, I just got
Okay.
disconnected for a second there.
If
Okay.
you come in here doing any of that and you're not productive, you don't want to come on the panel, and it's the same bullshit, then you're blocked for life. You're not getting any chance.
Well,
If you're a sock account, goodbye.
How about this? How about this?
Yeah.
Whoop Whoop is listening.
Yep.
If he's got a pair, have him come on the panel.
You know what? That is the best thing I've heard tonight. You know what? You're right. Why don't you clear the air? You seemed that you had a lot of animosity in that video and anger. I sensed anger in those eyes and that fucking nose of yours.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Once I said nose, anybody knows that when you see his videos, he looks like a fucking pig that's set on the table for a Filipino feast.
The Baboy Lechon.
Oink, oink, oink. Whoop, whoop. You're more than welcome. If you want to set the air clean, you want to put it out on social media like you do your DD214. This is a challenge. You don't have the balls. Come over here. I'll put the link out. Come on. We won't say a damn word. You say what you need to do. But if you humiliate anybody's wife or you involve children, I'm kicking your ass off. But if you want to attack us, you're more than welcome. You can say whatever you want.
I just wanted to mention two things here because somebody in the chat just mentioned, I think it was
Oh, let
Steve.
me.
Hang on a second there, Eric. When does the Frank Festival resume? The Frank Festival will resume. I spoke to Jerry Rizzo. He is sick at the moment. I wish you fast recovery, Jerry. I will be doing the Frank Festival episode 3 probably by next Wednesday on my channel, but I would like to extend an invitation, of course, to the guys here on the panel as well. And then there's
you missed it,
else.
Hello, earlier.
Yeah,
you missed it. He was in the chat.
Who was in the chat?
Jerry,
Rizzo.
he was at work.
He said he couldn't come on live. He was at work.
Ah, okay, cool. Yeah. That's cool.
Hold
cool.
on,
Yeah,
let me see if I
got disconnected for a second there. But Jerry Rizzo and I, and of course you guys, if you want to join us, always welcome. We will be doing the Frank Festival episode 3, question 7 to 11. And something else I wanted to ask Eric here. If Mr. Whoop, try to imagine this situation, Eric. This is a question for you. If Mr. Whoop would stand in front of your apartment, house, whatever, and you would stand in front of him, and you would stand in front of him so close that the tip of your noses would touch each other, what would you tell him?
He made a
The
mistake.
truth. No, the truth. Say it.
He made a mistake.
Mm.
And
That's
honestly,
what we would tell him. Your nose touching his nose. Your nose touching his nose, you would say, you made a mistake.
And honestly, he'd have to get past the 40-kilo Rottweiler. So
we are already at that point where you stand in front of him, your nose touches his tip of the nose, and you can smell his breath.
Oh, I would probably pass out from that day old beer breath.
And then you say, you made a mistake.
Oh no. You know what I would tell him? Get some breath mints. Stick some breath mints in it.
You would throw in what?
I'd tell him
in his mouth or in yours?
Yeah. I'd throw some breath mints in his mouth and tell him to freshen up.
Okay, I gotta say, Can I say something? I
I'm
want to
trying
say
to
Oh,
imagine
can I
something.
say something too? Can I
No,
say
no, no,
something
no,
too?
no, no, no.
No,
This
hold on.
my
I've been
show.
holding
This
on to
my
it. I've been
show.
holding on.
No,
I know,
hold
but I've
on
been
a
holding
minute.
on this.
This is comment on your breath and dealing with that. What are you doing? You're not going on a date with this motherfucker.
I don't
You
care.
get up to his fucking nose, and if it happens to be that close, then that's combat territory.
I know, but
That's
but still,
fuck that.
you got to remember.
I like that. Combat territory.
Remember.
Fuck
I
him.
like that.
It's called
Fuck
personal
him.
space.
That fucking
Um,
pig nose he has will be the most flattest thing in the world. Fuck that.
hon-
If you're that
honestly,
close,
let's
that's
bring this
anybody
up.
knows you don't do that.
Oh,
Fuck that.
on
And
another
I'm not
thing.
gonna. Okay, hold on a minute. I'm not gonna analyze his fucking breath or his fucking pupils. If he's that close, hello. If it was me, his nose would no longer be teased for being a pig. I don't give a fuck how tall he is.
You would
You
just
know
bite
my
it
height.
off and make it
Well,
one
yeah.
big hole instead of
We
two
may
big
be
holes.
fucking looking eye to eye. I don't give a fuck. If he gets that close, then the intention is fucking combat hand to hand, and I'll have flashbacks. He thinks he has them, motherfucker.
I want to say hi
Wait
to
a minute.
Jerry
Hold
Russo,
on.
who's probably listening right now. I
Yeah,
want to
he
say
did
hi.
come
This
live.
goes out all the way to Mackay
Mm.
Oh,
or
hold on.
Cairns.
Hold on. Wait a minute. I want to say this.
And by the way, I saw
Yeah,
I
hold on a
lost
minute, Buggy.
everything in the Philippines, Jerry K. Or I
Really?
lost my mind and beyond. Jerry Kuda.
Oh, there is a. Did you say Jerry Riso? Remember that
Jerry
Eric?
Rizzo is in the chat, yes. But
See
the
it right
other
here.
Jerry
I
is
posted it.
also in the chat.
Which other Jerry is that?
The Armenian guy.
Uh,
No.
oh,
No,
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait.
You don't sound very enthusiastic about that, WTF, when I mentioned Jerry. The other
Wait a
Jerry.
minute. What are you talking about? The other Jerry? What are you talking about?
Jerry Rizzo
Yeah, I know him.
and Jerry K, aka the Iranian, aka
I
Mo.
was just gonna try to say I don't go by his real name. I go by the fairy, the fucking
the fairy, exactly.
But
exactly.
I did challenge him on the show when he was on Big Kev's, and I said he was more than welcome to come, and he said he would never come over here because we were a hate channel. There's his little scrawny ass
Here
right there.
Here he is.
Here
of course
he is,
listens.
right here. Yeah.
Let's give him a warm welcome. Did you know that Jerry, Philippines and Beyond, is my favorite vlogger in all of the Philippines community? I love his content, especially the lifestyle in Valencia. I always give him a thumbs up. And when I see that Jerry comes out with the vlog, when I eat somewhere in the restaurant and I check my phone with full mouth, I talk to my family and say, "Oh, hey, Jerry just uploaded the video," and then I leave everything, run to the car, go back home and watch his vlogs. That cool of a guy he is in my book. Jerry, thumbs up. I love your content. Keep coming. Keep putting out vlogs. Best vlogger in the Philippines.
I do want to say this. He is. I will say this. I'm going to correct myself. His content is the best I've ever seen in the world. I mean, this guy gives you the lowdown on the BI.
Nails it.
He nails it. The fairy. You know what? I want to give you advice as your own moderator for your own show. You need to start out with this fairy that bounces up and down because you're well known on the RRR. Okay, you might as well ride that for life. It'll never leave you. Okay, because you're an Armenian terrorist. So you might as well ride that thing. Okay, ride that damn thing. Good. Make your channel boast with that pride that I'm the master on Philippine law. I know real estate. I know all these other things. And I also am a master muff diver. Okay.
He's the He-Man of vlogging.
Yeah. So the He-Man. You're the He-Man. Oh, He-Man.
When He-Man does this thing with the fucking sword by the grace of Grayskull or something like that, he pulls out a fucking magic sword Imagine he does that with Jerry's fucking face on the He-Man body.
Hey, yeah. I want to comment on this. Private Foxtrot, I'm nailing your mama right now. Now, being that she's deceased, I'm going to let that go, and I'm going to laugh that off. You only wish you could touch my mom. Okay? Your little ass, I classify as an Armenian terrorist. You're a fucking terrorist. You belittle the USA. You couldn't handle being in the USA. So you come to the Philippines where your little man syndrome, you couldn't speak the way you wanted to in America. So you come to the Philippines and then you think you've got this cock that's like 30 feet tall and you think you could just do anything you want. Okay. So if that gives you your energy to wake up every day thinking that you're the YouTube king in Valencia, I know exactly, by the way, I forgot, I know exactly where he lives. You got two guys that live up there. I know where you live, man, but you don't see me going over there. But I do know MJ is in Valencia. You need to do I know what needs to be done, Aloe. MJ needs to seek him out and do a one-on-one interview for his channel. What do you think, Aloe?
Fucking live stream epic
Live.
showdown. The diver versus the Mexican Jew in Valencia.
And because Mexican Jew is in Valencia right while he's actually a couple kilometers away. I think he's somewhere with his girlfriend. But regardless, he's close enough. He's on that island. So I think he needs to do a one-on-one interview with this guy and see how good his diving skills are. What are we diving for? I would love money. I would love to see that because here's one thing. I know Mexican Jew. He wouldn't be able to do it without freaking laughing. And he's a Cali boy. I don't care what anybody says about Cali. I agree with it. It's a shithole, but I still was born and raised here. So it's my home. But
you guys haven't had a good politician since Ronald Reagan.
Well, that's 100% correct. And when I enlisted under that man.
So did I.
So, anyways,
I take that back. I take that back. You had Schwarzenegger that was killing people on death row at San Quentin.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that should be done, but California is leading the way to a lot of BS. And there'll never honestly be another honest election if they continue in the direction they're going.
Okay, hey, everybody.
Which, by the way, Philippines and beyond, I know you're a liberal piece of shit, just by the way you talk, the way you belittle military service. So, that's great for you, man.
Oh, hey, I'm going to bug out of here. I'm going to bug out of here because I got house shit to do. So,
okay. Is there anything else you wanted to say before you leave?
Oh, yeah. Whoop, man. Whoop, man. Got this to say. You don't fuck with people because it's not who they are. It's who they're married to and related to in the Philippines.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Well, so I kind of want to see the video footage, Aloe, of I don't mind Baguio. I'm a straight up person. I don't mind him, but he fucking interrupts too much. But
that's Baguio's life number one disease ever since.
Yeah, I don't like getting over talked, but he's got information. We got the same target we want to hit, and that's fine. Just like other things that are in the works right now. But I don't have any ill will to Baguio, but he just fucking interferes too much.
True that. Yeah, true that.
Wait.
Hello, I'm Rick.
Hey, here he is again, the fairy trying to get into my military service. Look at it. Jerry, what happened to your word? You said you did not want to come over here because it was a hate channel. You couldn't resist, huh? Your bored life, you're over there in that.
Maybe he forgot to log into his troll account. And is wondering why do they know it's me. Double checks it and sees, oh shit, I came with my original account. Who knows?
There's no way he could be that stupid. But of course, you got whoop whoop out there, so that it's possible. I don't know if anybody could be more stupid than him or Ben. You know, sitting there picking his boogers live and direct, live and direct. Who says that? We all know. But I am doing live and direct. I'm picking my boogers and I'm analyzing the content live. Oh.
It's not just any style, it's Cess style. You know, all the others fucking, all the other guys like also like Ren Zero's like, hi, I'm Trixie or Chixie or whatever, and then I'm Ren, and together we are Ren Zero. No. Together we are Sentai 7.
But on a serious note, this show is about having fun, and it could be at anybody's expense. We don't give a fuck. If you fall into that category, that's it. But you fucking belittle anybody's service. I don't care if it's part of the RRR or anybody. You do any of that or the children or wives, you're fucking kicked off of this channel. I don't give a fuck. I know I said I'd let people speak, but I'm not letting people do that. That's just unbecoming. It's bullshit. And I agree with Papa. He shouldn't allow that shit. What's up?
What did you do to fucking Jerry K here? He's fucking riled up about something. I mean, he wouldn't just show up like this. He's trying hard to fucking provoke you. I mean, he's like coming out with the tough statements here. What's up with that shit?
Yeah. WTF, everyone in the chat are saying you're living, that, you know, whatever. They can say what they want. You don't get it. You don't get a 13A. So they can say whatever they want. I don't care. You know what I mean? If I sat there and analyzed everything that's in the chat, you got to look at who it's coming from. There's Rizzo right there. Seth Style, legend of YouTube.
Phil Pat Radio. You know,
Yeah.
let me give you talk a little bit about trivia here. Some of you guys might remember, you know, this whole live streaming thing here on YouTube started actually with Seth Styles Phil Pat Radio. And he was actually reaching out to other vloggers. And I believe the first guest was Lucas Muzzer, Angeles-based vlogger, and then later on it would be Bebots and others. Video Freedom was on there. Cess got a lot of backlash for that one, and he later on realized maybe not a good idea. But Phil Pat Radio was the one, and you know I was on there once, and Big Kev started out after that also doing his live streams. And the idea of Quentong Blue actually was I left a comment on Dave's It Takes Two Philippines channel when Dave was still in Abu Dhabi. And I told him, hey, you know what? Why don't we start a channel together where we give people like me, like you, like, you know, the guys in the comment section a platform. Why don't we just move away from the vloggers? Because I believe there are guys out there who have an interesting story to tell, who knows, but who are usually not vlogging / going on these live streams. And he found it was a good idea, and Quentong Baliu was born. People liked it, and it was basically the first, I would say, somehow like an RRR light. And then from then on, it moved into all that RRR, Quentong Baliu, and my Out of the Winter channel, live streams, the hate channels, and so on and so forth. That's a little bit the history and the context of all of this. But, you know, most of these guys are actually not doing live streams anymore, and some of them really have retired over the last few years.
Do you know that Seth Style lives in the Bay Area? Near San Francisco.
Yeah, San Francisco Bay Area. That's where he.
Yes, I know exactly where me and him talked a long time ago, live, and he I won't say. Wait a minute. He was on the shows. I thought I remember he was on the Go Bobo shows. I think he came on a couple of times. I can't remember, but I remember his emblem. He has that, his avatar.
What kind of
So
avatar did he have?
that. Damn, it's kind of hard to explain. I have to look back at that video. Oh no, wait, I can't. He took it all down. So, anyways. Jared Rizzo, Quinton Blue was probably the first hate drama channel. Yeah,
It
that is
actually
true.
was. You know why? Because
Yeah.
we started out with the skit where we basically murdered video freedom, and Dave, really good at editing, he took a soundbite of mine where I was yelling and pretending that I just shot video freedom. There were like gunshots you could hear, machine guns and chainsaws, and all that stuff. And people were very entertained and said, "Hey, these guys are." Good at what they do, and then after that others started their own live streams, and the rest is history. Actually, Big Kev is in the chat. I saw Big Kev.
Yes.
Let me just react to this for a second. Big Kev, I saw your live stream earlier, and I just want to tell you, no hard feelings. I get the
None.
message. I give you credit for the fact that you said that you took my advice. That sounds a bit arrogant from me, but let's use the word that you said, my advice, that you should have done something earlier on the live stream. And I agree. And I just want you to know, if I have caused any trouble for your channel, I would like to apologize for that. It was not my intention to put a strike on your channel whatsoever. We
And
can
I
move on
also
from
want to
this.
say,
No
I also
problem.
want
Okay,
to
Kev.
say, I also apologize. That word will never hardly come out of my mouth. If the incident that night caused you a strike, but if you do recall, Frank put out a video. I watched it, and he took full accountability for striking your channel, Big Kev. He said it. And by the way, that was me who struck your channel. So you might want to go back and listen. It's on that, what channel was that? That other channel he has, the one, the Bama Justice, or you know what I'm talking about? Hello? The Bama
Yeah.
Justice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He says it on that one. He flat out comes out and says, by the way, I'm the one that struck Big Kev's channel. Just so you know. So you know he did that. He's good at that. So,
by the way, I just want to mention something here. Since you brought up Bama, I saw that video where Bama was.
talking to
I think it was
a
a
little
internet
girl.
cafe talking to that girl behind him, and it just made how should I say? I just found it absolutely disgusting. I have never
Yeah,
seen that video before, but
yeah.
I just fucking hope that Dimples follows through with these legal stuff and makes sure that that piece of shit gets what he deserves. Because that's the kind of Bama we do not know much about, at least not me.
That's
That's the
that
kind of behavior he does when the
is
camera
off
is
the
off.
camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember, I was saying the other day, you're only seeing 10 to 15% of what
Yeah.
this guy is about.
Yeah.
And that's it. He's got this other image he's trying to portray, that he's this Mr. Innocent and these other guys are speaking BS. But you seen that video? That video speaks volumes. Who in
Mhm.
their right mind would speak to a child like that and then ask for her to, do you have any friends? Tell them to come over tonight. And the girl looks over. I mean, that is the worst of all trash, period. That
Absolutely.
tops,
Yeah.
that tops, whoop, whoop. I mean, that is the worst garbage out there, period. And if
I
anybody
studied.
endorses that, you're a piece of garbage too, period.
I absolutely agree 100% on that one. I
Yeah, go
saw a
ahead, brother.
comment by I Studied a Narcissist, and he says, "What time will the hate discussion begin on 40K Ben's Ladyboy dating?" And I ask you that, host.
Well, you did see that video, right? Didn't you, Aloe? Did you
I
see that
did, yeah,
video?
and that was the Rumble video. I did.
Yeah. You seen him sitting on that edge of the bed, totally wobbling his head left to right, and he's looking down, and this lady boy is sitting there posing for him and everything, and he's standing in that room. It's only obvious the guy's either delusional and drunk, or he loves that, or that girl fooled him, and he think. I mean, if he loves getting pounded with balls every night, that's up to him. I mean, you got to give him credit. I mean, by the way he's acting, it's only obvious. So that was the drama. We were wanting to go into that in today's show, but this other stuff took priority. This call out from Whoop Whoop
Yeah.
and his BS. So we kind of steered off. There will be many, many more episodes of current drama that is thrown in front of us that gives us material, and we're just going to run with it. Is there, I didn't know, Aloe, there was something else you were talking to me about earlier. I can't remember now. I got my mind sidetracked here.
No, the Mr. Whoop issue, the live stream of yesterday was actually the main issue, I believe. And other than that, I do not believe that we had any other topic. I think
good enough.
that the Bama issue is not the biggest, highest priority right now, but there are other issues, but mostly related to the comeback of Mr. Big Shot. And that's
Yeah.
going to be a topic for weeks to come, I believe.
Hey, Jerry Rizzo, I cannot even fathom tongue kissing Bama. I mean, I don't know. I mean, these poor girls have got to be in severe, dire straits.
I was just wondering, how big is Bama's cock?
Well, it's got to be. I mean, his hump on his back is bigger than his cock, probably.
I think so too, because he's not a very tall guy.
No. Pretty soon he's going to be that on Lord of the Rings. You know that he looks like that. What's that fucking
Smeagol.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I mean,
Smeagol.
he's got that. He walks on all fours. His hump is so bad on his back, and he's fuck. Every time I see Bama, that's who I think about. You know, it's exactly what it is. He's got the. Who would you prefer to tongue kiss, Bama or PV? Fuck that. That's not even an option.
I would sock both guys. I'm not talking about kissing, just the cock, the unwashed cock, deep in the fucking mouth. That gets me all riled up, bro.
Oh man. Uh-oh. Talking pornography now. Oh, I knew you couldn't let that go. I was just waiting. I knew it was coming. So, okay, this is you guys can imagine this in your mind. You've got Bama in front of you and you've got PV behind you. Aloe, what would you do?
I would do what they call roast pit or something like that. It's like licking Bama's asshole while PV is fucking me from behind. And you could hear the farting. You could hear the farting sound.
Oh my god! I can't believe you're a sick motherfucker. I can't even say that. That will never come out of my mouth. Oh. Oh my goodness. Well, anyways, I want to thank all the viewers that came out tonight. I want to thank Aloe, Jerry Rizzo. Thank you for coming in the chat. Don C, Steve, Corey, DNC, Human Circus, Gray One, all you guys, whether it's negative or positive. Ferry, you're always welcome. I don't think you have the balls to come live, but you're always welcome. I would love for you to come on here and tear you a new asshole, but I know you don't have the balls to do that. Havoc, Tenor, you guys, I want to thank all of you guys for coming out. We have more drama and exciting stuff. Stay tuned. Next live will be Saturday in the Philippines. Okay, we'll be here at 10 a.m. Saturday. And it sound good, Ella? We're all good?
Absolutely, yeah, cool. And thanks for having me on here. Always enjoy it. Always
Yes.
a pleasure to get on this panel here. And I want to say thank you very much to all the guys who showed up in the live chat. And of course, everybody who's going to listen to this afterwards to the podcast. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'll talk to you in the background now. Okay, guys.
Sure thing. Yeah. Thanks and bye-bye.